going on YouTube? 12 Rounds TV. I'm back. This article I'm going to talk to you guys about, I analyzed a little bit. It's called Mayweather Says No Rematch for Pacquiao in September. That's what he wants. That's what he wants, right? That's what he said. There will be no rematch with Manny Pacquiao in September. Think about that for a second. Because that comes with a big question mark. Come on, everything that Mayweather says is questionable. Questionable. Doubtable. That's even a word. Floyd said there won't be a rematch in September. Mayweather, Pacquiao. And that's got to be a crushing news for Aaron, Pacquiao and Roach, because all three of them likely would love to get a piece of action in second fight. They're implying that Mayweather's already going to win 100%, no doubt, in the first match. Because, let's back up a little bit. If you guys remember, Mayweather had demanded a rematch clause. What does that mean? Let me explain. A rematch clause for Mayweather against Manny Pacquiao. That if Floyd Mayweather Jr. wins the first fight on May 2nd, it's up to him to afford Manny Pacquiao a rematch in September. Because if you guys don't know, Floyd Mayweather's contract with Showtime, it's only 2 this year. One on May 2nd, one September. That's the end of contract with of Mayweather with Showtime. Unless he resigns or renews his contract, then he'll have another 2 fights next year and potentially beat Rocky Marciano's record. Because if he does beat 2 opponents or Manny Pacquiao this year twice, he would only be at 49-0, which ties up Rocky Marciano. Not surpasses, ties up. And that's going through 2 fighters. If not 1 fighter, 2 fights. So yeah, Mayweather, rematch clause, that if he wins against Manny Pacquiao, it's up to him to afford Manny a second rematch in September. However, on the flip side, if Manny Pacquiao wins the fight, it's a mandatory rematch for Floyd Mayweather Jr. in September. Mandatory. There's no ifs and buts. Manny has to give him a rematch. Tell me if that's even fair. I know he's on the A side, right? I got it. Floyd is. However, this fight is not any other fights. This is the mega fight. This is the fight of all fights since Lennox Lewis and Tyson. This is the biggest one. This fight is so big that both fighters are making over $100 million. Not one person, not one boxer in the history of boxing made that kind of cheese in an hour. None. And guess what? That's only the first fight. If they did fight the second time, there will be another $100 million, if not more. Because people are gonna want to see what the rematch is gonna look like. Just like what happened with Maidana and Mayweather. Marquez Pacquiao. Rematch is big. Because they want to see what happens. Yes, the first one is always big, but the second one sometimes is bigger. You probably potentially make the same money, if not more. But Mayweather is already sealing the deal. Those words, that there will be no rematch against Pacquiao in September, those are words of somebody that is nervous. Come on, man. This is not no rocket science. Think about it. Forget all the I'm with Manny Pacquiao, I'm with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Forget it. Just think as a regular, neutral person. When somebody says, there will be a no rematch with my opponent when I beat him, subconsciously you're thinking you're not confident enough. Because if you're confident enough, you wouldn't say those things. You're saying that if I beat him once, that's probably a lucky one. I ain't gonna give no rematch. Come on, man. We've always been in a situation where things like that did occur, either from us or from somebody else. We know. We're humans. If you guys don't know that, maybe you need to live a little bit more. But the flip side, like I said, the unfair one is the rematch clause. If Pacquiao wins May 2nd, then he is obligated to give Mayweather a rematch, which Pacquiao wouldn't hesitate to do. I don't think he'd care. He'd rather, he wouldn't mind fighting Mayweather again if he wins. He's just gonna win again. But that's just my opinion. That's my personal opinion. However, it's not really the Pacquiao give Mayweather a rematch or, you know, things in that nature that irks me. It's the fact that he's demanding a rematch from Manny Pacquiao if Manny Pacquiao wins. However, he's already protecting himself like somebody that is scared, that somebody that is wishing to get lucky on the first fight, with those kind of words, with those kind of statements, that there will be no rematch with Manny Pacquiao in September. You just want to fight him once. Why? Are you afraid of him? Why don't you fight him twice? Why don't you fight Manny Pacquiao 3 times, regardless if you win the first one or not? Why don't you fight Manny Pacquiao 10 times? People will still watch it. People will watch 4 fights of Manny Pacquiao and Marquez. And they're not as big as this one. They're not as big because Mayweather wasn't there. This is Pacquiao and Mayweather now. Just think about this, guys. Not the smartest guy in the world, but this is no rocket science. If Mayweather and Pacquiao fought every year, people will still watch it. I'd rather watch it, that's me though, I'd rather watch Mayweather versus Pacquiao every year than Mayweather Guerrero, than Pacquiao Algieri. Come on, man, it's not rocket science. Let's think about this for a second. So why would Mayweather make that statement? Let me know what you guys think. But the article is really, really biased and for Mayweather, that I'm going to read to you some things. Not all of them, some things. It says over here that you can't blame Mayweather for not wanting to bother fighting Manny Pacquiao a second time in September, with the headaches that he's had to deal with during the negotiations with Pacquiao. Are you serious right now, bros? The headaches? What headaches does Mayweather have that Manny Pacquiao and Arab doesn't have 100 times worse? Mayweather dictates everything. Mayweather gets the bigger cheese. Mayweather gets a rematch clause. Mayweather gets to demand the 8 times drug testing. Mayweather gets to pick where they're gonna fight. Mayweather gets to pick who's gonna be the referee. Mayweather has says on the commission of who the judges is gonna be. You want me to go on and on? Because I can. What headache? Well, this article is biased and I should have never read it, but sometimes it's funny, right? Just like some of you guys would disagree with me and think that I'm funny. But I'm saying facts and a little bit of analysis. No rocket science. Just 2 cents and common sense. With the headaches that that Mayweather had to deal with the Pacquiao team. Whoa. Calm down. Might get a nosebleed. Says whoever Mayweather faces in September will be hitting the lottery jackpot because of the big money. That's open-ended. That's an open-ended statement. That is no facts to that statement, and that is very, very unclear yet. He has to fight Manny Pacquiao May 2nd first. If he says, I would believe this, and I would be like, back off on my criticism if this was put out. Regardless of what happened comes May 2nd, Mayweather and Pacquiao will only be fighting once. Then we're like, okay, all right, I got it, man, got it. Everybody would respect that. But a coward, only the one that says, I'm gonna give you an example, an analogy, right? A friend of mine before says I always beat him on a pool. You know, in the Philippines, it's called billiards. It's pool, right? I always beat him, always beat him. But one time when we were playing, I forgot my personal stick, my pool stick. I forgot it at home, left it. Now I get to the, to the pool hall, and it says, "Hey, bro, you left your pool stick." I said, "Yeah, I did." So you're still gonna play with it? I said, yeah. I'm not gonna drive all the way home, to get my pool stick. I'll just use somebody else's. And he goes, "All right, man, but he goes this. I really want to just play you once. I didn't have my pool stick, and for some reason, I still do good, but for some reason, I just really, I'm not focused. I'm not myself when I play pool without my the one that I'm used to." So he said, "Well, bro, if I beat you, or we only gonna play one game, okay? So I said, okay, yeah, that's fine." He said he had something to do. So okay, yeah. So we bet money and stuff like that. So I end up beating him. Right, with a pool stick that wasn't mine. All of a sudden, he wanted a rematch. And I said, "I thought you had something to do, man. I thought you was gonna go somewhere." And he said, "Oh, that's okay. That's all right. It can wait. Let's go rematch." We played, and I kept beating him. And then as he left, and I was driving home, I thought about this, and I said, that guy is really something else, I didn't really consider him my friend. He was just some guy that played pool with. And then I thought about that, and like I said, it's the same analogy as this. It's a statement of a unsure, for lack of a better word, unsure person, unsure and question his ability. I don't know why Mayweather says these things when he's the 47-0. Pacquiao is 57-5-2 with 38 KOs. Mayweather got 26 KOs. Somebody's unsure, man. Sorry, guys. If you guys are Mayweather fans, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying this of what I see, of what we know so far before May 2nd. 4 days away from the fight, 3 days away from the weigh-in. That's all we got. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below, and I look forward to it. 12 Rounds TV. Please subscribe. Peace.